About 2 Thursdays ago, I went to my local board of elections to cast my ballot early. And while I was there, a family came in. And the youngest person in that family, I couldn't help but overhear, had just turned 18, which means they were voting for the very first time. And on an off year for that. And I wanted to jump up and down, and I wanted to congratulate the parents and tell them how amazing it was that they were there. But I didn't, because that's just not something you do. But it reinforced in me just how strong the Unitarian Universalist 7 principles are in my identity as a UU. Now, if right now you're wondering or thinking, wait a minute, what are those 7 principles again? Let me help you out here. Number 5 says we affirm and promote the use of conscience and the democratic process in our congregations and the wider society. Or to put it simpler, we believe everyone has a voice and everyone has the right to use that voice. I wonder, though, what do you do when it's hard to use your voice? When it's scary? Who do you turn to? Our story today is about that. It begins one morning with Sister Goose and her family. They come across a field full of sweet berries and soft grass, and they eat and eat and eat until their bellies fall to the floor and they can hardly move. Unfortunately, that's when Brother Fox sees them through the trees in the woods. He doesn't want to give them the opportunity to get away, so he skulks through the grass on the edge of the field. Unfortunately, some geese spot him. His terrible teeth and strong claws. And quickly word spread throughout the geese that Fox was in the bushes. And some geese began to tremble, and some geese began to cry, and some geese hid their heads in their wings, because if they couldn't see Brother Fox, maybe he wasn't really there. Sister Goose was just as scared as the rest of them. But she knew she had to do something. So she steeled herself and she spoke. "Brother Fox," she says, "I know you're out there and I know you want to eat us, but if you could, please allow us to pray first." Well, Brother Fox thought, of course, his meal would taste so much better with a little spiritual sustenance. So he allowed it. And the geese gathered round, and they started to pray. Gaggle, gaggle, gaggle. Gaggle, gaggle, gaggle. Join me. Gaggle, gaggle, gaggle. Gaggle, gaggle, gaggle. And it was so rhythmic. Keep going. Gaggle, gaggle, gaggle. It was so rhythmic and so harmonious that they began to dance. Gaggle, gaggle, gaggle. Gaggle, gaggle, gaggle. Gaggle, gaggle, gaggle. And slowly, Mr. Fox fell asleep. And by that time, the geese had digested their lunch, and they were able to easily sneak by Mr. Fox. And they noticed, as he slept, that his teeth didn't look so sharp and his claws were not so menacing after all. And again, I wonder, who supports you when you need to raise your voice?